I have clients you would not even know it's extensions. You know that they look good, but you don't know why. Oh my God, wash your lashes.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Glam Gossip by LLBA Podcast. I'm your host Puja here at LLBA. We are a Canadian lash and beauty supply company, and our mission is to help you thrive and flourish in the beauty industry. So there's so many myths about lash extensions, so many misconceptions out there. So today we've decided to invite our trainer, Trinity.
Hi guys, how are you? I'm Trinity. I'm the trainer here with LLBA.
Welcome back, Trinity. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. So we're going to talk about, I think we have a lot to talk, to discuss about, so let's just jump right into it.
Sounds good.
So there's so many myths and misconceptions about lash extensions, right? So today we're going to be talking about lash myths. We're going to bust those lash myths that, you know, they're preventing people from getting extensions, from booking refills, you know, but today we're going to
yeah, absolutely. I think lashes
debunk all those conspiracies.
They've kind of gotten a bad rap for no reason, let's just clear that up.
So first question, I think the number one myth out there is that lash extensions will harm your natural lashes.
You know, I hear this one all the time from first-time clients or from prospective lash artists. They're like, do the lash extensions damage the lashes? Or do you have to take a break?
Yeah.
Or, you know, will I have no lashes once these all come off? And that's absolutely not true. You know, if they're not done properly, they can damage the lashes. It is a possibility. But if you're taking the time to do your sets properly, you're isolating your natural lashes, you're choosing lengths that are appropriate, thicknesses that are appropriate, the lashes are 100% able to support the weight. And if you do everything properly, no damage should be caused. Your client's lashes, when you take off the extensions, should look just as healthy as when you put them on.
Good to know, because that's like the number one reason I never got lash extensions before. I mean, now I know it, like that's a myth, but I think it's a like common misconception. Like everybody pretty much thinks that.
I think the reason they think that is because there are unfortunately people out there who are not doing the things properly. And, you know, the client wants a huge dramatic look, and even though their natural lashes can't support it, the artist just wants to give them what they want. And so they maybe put on lashes that are too long, or they're too heavy, or they're not taking the time to properly isolate. And then those clients, they will get damaged. And because of that experience, they kind of spread the word that all lash extensions are damaging.
Yeah, it really depends on who you go to.
Yeah, it's just a matter of taking care of the natural lashes. There's a way to do it that won't cause any damage at all, or there's a way you can do it that will cause damage. And you want to make sure that you are doing it in the way that won't cause damage, because that will lead to long-lasting clients and return clients.
Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of people have another misconception, or maybe it's accurate, I don't know. A lot of people think that lashes are high maintenance. What's your opinion on that? Because I've heard, even from lash enthusiasts, like girls who always get them done, that they're very high maintenance. I mean, it's subjective, but what do you think?
I think women are high maintenance.
True.
But no more than doing your nails, or, you know, it's less high maintenance than putting makeup on every day. True. I'll tell you that. Yeah. It's easier than putting on your mascara and taking it off. There's different options depending on the maintenance level you want. So let's say you're looking for super low maintenance, very easy. You do a lash lift and tint. So a lash lift and tint, it basically curls your own natural lashes and dyes them black. And that lasts up to 6 to 8 weeks with no maintenance at all. Or if you're wanting extensions, you know, you're looking at about every 2 to 3 weeks a refill appointment.
2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, I think that's the thing, because I've heard like so many girls are like, oh, they're supposed to only last 2 to 3 weeks, but I push it to 4 weeks.
Oh, you push it to 4 weeks?
No, not me personally, but I've heard that. Well, I've heard girls say that.
If you're going for a refill, 4 weeks is too long, because the natural lashes, as I'm sure you know, they grow. There's a whole growth cycle. It's about 60 to 90 days long. But basically what it means is all the lashes that you have today, they will have all fallen off one by one, and new ones will have grown back within 60 to 90 days. Just like your hair grows and sheds, your lashes do the same. So the need for the refill appointment is not because they're just the extensions are falling off, it's because your natural lashes are going through their natural shedding process. So at 4 weeks, even though you may have extensions left, they'll be very grown out. And at that point, they might start to get uncomfortable. So in order to get the most out of them and, to conserve your natural lash health, actually, you do need to be going about every 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's going to be subjective, right? For some women,
Absolutely.
that's way too high maintenance.
But how often do you get your nails done?
Will be fine. Yeah, never.
Same. If you do the nails, it's usually about 2 to 3 weeks as well.
Okay.
And you don't hear many people saying, that's too high maintenance for me.
Yeah, there's people who do them like every week.
I can't do that.
Yeah, I don't
There's
think so.
also lash clients who come every week. It just...
Oh, really? Oh my god.
Those ones are the ones who say it's high maintenance.
You have to do a complete removal and a complete full set? Or?
I have some clients who, every weekend they have events and they just want to look they
okay.
want
So
fresh. They want to look great. They want to refill weekly.
I thought they're changing their style every week.
No.
Like, damn, wow. Must be nice.
But those are rare. Usually people are about 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay, and I think you answered my question already, but maybe you can talk about this more in depth. Another myth is that extensions will make your natural lashes fall out or kind of encourage them to fall out more.
I do hear that a lot, and sometimes, when the client sees their lash extension with the natural lash attached, they panic. They're like, oh my god, it's making all my lashes fall out. No, that's not the case. Your lashes naturally fall out, whether you have extensions or not. Have you ever noticed, you rub your eyes and you see a lash on your finger, or you see one on your face, or one gets into your eye?
Once in a while, yeah.
So that is your natural lashes shedding, but because they're just very thin, fine hairs at the moment, you don't really notice it happening. Once they have the extensions on, you're focused on it because you're looking at them, and also they're much bigger and they're much thicker. Mm-hmm. So, when one falls, what you normally wouldn't see, you then see it because the extension is attached.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that because I've heard, some of people, like our clients who come to the beauty bars, sometimes they'll say that, oh, I washed my face, and then when I looked down, all these lashes were there. So, and they're not used to that.
That's
so
totally
it's kind
natural,
of,
and they're just noticing it now.
Yeah.
So it was always happening. It was just going unnoticed.
Oh, I see, I see. Okay. And, is there, I guess maybe we could probably do a whole nother video just about troubleshooting, different lash problems or problems that clients have.
There's different problems with retention, but that would be a matter of the extensions actually falling off the natural lashes. As far as the natural lashes shedding and falling out on their own, there's nothing you can do about that. It is 100% a normal process that your body goes through.
Okay. And do you think it's also related to the artists that you go to and maybe the type of products they're using? Does it have anything to do with that, or is it purely, is it mainly the person's natural lash cycle?
So if the lashes are falling off without the natural lash attached, then those are things that can be troubleshooted because that could be an issue with a glue. Those are called retention issues.
Okay.
So that could be an issue with your glue, your humidity, things like that. But if it is falling with the natural lash, there's absolutely nothing you can do about that. Sorry. It is the individual's natural body response, and it changes. It doesn't stay the same throughout the whole year. There's different times, seasonally, where we shed more than other times. Or, certain medications we can be taking, those can cause rapid hair loss. Mm-hmm. Or vitamins can cause your hair to grow faster. It is all really what is going on within the client's body.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I think even Natalia says sometimes that even your period can affect your retention level. That's amazing to me. That's very fascinating.
Yeah, it affects everything. If your body is all connected, so think, when you're on your period, maybe you get more acne. It can also affect your hair growth. When your body has hormone changes, everything can be affected.
Wow. I've heard that you mentioned the annual the fall shed. Basically, I guess
spring and fall.
Yeah, that's what people call it in the lash industry.
Yeah.
But I've heard other lash artists say that that's actually a myth. So I think there's a little bit of debate in the lash community about whether or not it's true. I think we've always said that it is a thing. It happens. Maybe not to everyone, but to a lot of people. What's your take on that?
So my take is I do believe it's true. I do see it in my clients. And, I have done some research on the fact, and everything that I've come across is saying it is true. And people kind of relate it to almost like a dog. You know how before winter a dog will shed and get their winter coat, or, before the summer starts, same thing, they get their summer coat. I believe the same thing happens with humans, and we're just getting different types of hair for the different seasons.
Yeah. Well, I notice my hair falls a lot in the spring and fall time. Like
Yeah.
twice a year,
Absolutely.
I notice I'm like going bald, and I have like a
And there's hair all over the
existential
floor.
crisis. Yes, exactly. Even more than
Yeah.
more than normal. I've never noticed my lashes falling off, but my hair I definitely notice. So I think it's probably true. There's probably some
I
truth
believe
to
it is
that.
100% true. Not up for discussion, it's true. No, it's definitely, we're always learning new things, and something might come out later that says why this isn't true and why we might lose more hair around that time that's not related to the seasons at all. But for what I know at this moment, I do believe in the seasonal differences.
And I mean, people say it's because of it could be hormonal, like, because our bodies do go through hormonal cycles even throughout the year. I've heard it's lack of vitamin D. Is that true? I don't know if you know, but
I got into lashes, so I didn't have to do science.
I won't ask you any more difficult questions. That's what I've heard. Like lack of vitamin D, which kind of makes sense because
Yeah, that does make sense.
in wintertime there's less sun, so maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know anything about
I don't know the
science
relation
either,
of vitamin D
but-
to hair growth, but we could look into it.
Okay, so another question. We've all been, if you're a lash enthusiast, you definitely spend a lot of time scrolling through TikTok and shorts and everything, looking at those like viral lash videos. And I'm sure you've seen those horror stories of,
Oh my God, yes.
of the lash infections.
Yes, I have seen them firsthand and on the
Oh,
phone.
really?
Yes, I've had
Oh my
clients
gosh.
come in.
I thought they're clickbait. Like
They're-
some of them are pretty horrific. They're like zombie
Yeah.
movie worthy.
Okay, I've never seen anything that dramatic, but I've definitely seen people come in who, they're not taking proper care of their lashes, or they came from somewhere else that was not applying them properly, and it can cause a lot of damage. Like, yes, the
So
lash.
a lot of people think like it makes you prone to infection. Is that
No, so that's not the case. It doesn't make you prone to infection, but you do need to be mindful of your hygiene. Just like when you put makeup on, you're washing your makeup off, you're cleaning your face. Well, you don't take off the lash extensions, you do still have to clean them. Because it is hair follicles, there's oil secreted, there's, dust that can get caught in your natural lashes. I think we don't notice when we don't have lash extensions, you wash your face and you wash everything. You wash your eyes without noticing it. But when you have the lash extensions, some people are so scared to get them wet, they're so scared they're going to fall off, so they avoid washing the eyes. And that's what can cause the infections.
Wow, yeah, that's another myth. I think that people are scared to wash their lashes.
Oh my God, wash your lashes. Everybody wash your
Like, they
lashes.
think it'll last longer. Yeah,
They will
yeah,
last
wash your
longer.
lashes.
So the natural oils that are produced by our skin and by our hair follicles, that can build up on your lashes. Or makeup can build up, dead skin can build up. All of those things are going to be working against the glue. If you're washing those out daily, your retention is going to be so much better. So that is 100% a myth. Everybody believes, not everybody, but I have heard people say like, oh, I don't even want to get them wet. I'm scared because when I get them wet, one falls out. But that just means that hair was naturally ready to fall out.
Okay, so just accept the process.
Accept the process, clean your lashes,
It'll all be fine.
it'll be fine.
Okay.
It'll be better.
Hey, okay, here's another question. Do you have to use a lash bath? Or let's say, I know lash bath is ideal, but like let's say you're running low, you don't have any, or you're just, like this is for maybe your clients who never purchased a lash bath, they don't know anything about it. Can they get away with just using like a mild soap, or do you suggest that lash artists always insist that their clients get a lash bath?
I always recommend a lash bath because it's pH balanced. It's safe for the eyes. It's not containing any ingredients that are going to work against the glue. Like, it is specially formulated to clean those lashes. So it is always recommended, but let's say you're in a pinch, you've gone on vacation, you've forgotten your lash bath. Using a mild soap is better than using nothing. But it is definitely not your best option.
I see.
And
So
if
the
you
hype
are-
is real.
The hype is real about the lash bath. If you are using something else, make sure it's oil-free. But then we also can't guarantee how it will make your lashes last. If you're not using the products that we're recommending, that we're telling you will work, and you say, oh, all my lashes came off, or, they're not clean enough, well, you didn't follow the aftercare.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Aftercare is so
aftercare
important.
is
It's
so
not
important.
just marketing or like a money grab. Like, you
No.
actually do need to follow up with proper
Yeah,
maintenance if
absolutely.
you want your lashes to look good, right? Another myth that I've never heard this myth, but I guess maybe some people have it, is that some people think this is that getting extensions, like the process of getting the extensions, is going to be painful or
oh my God,
like triggering your anxiety. I've heard that a lot too, like just having to lay there.
I find it to be the most relaxing thing in the world. I fall asleep every single time. And the majority of my clients also fall asleep.
Yeah, I think most people are fine, but there are those people.
Fine. There shouldn't be any pain or discomfort because you're not pulling on the hairs, you're not really dealing with the skin, you're not poking anything. You're just, it's like someone playing with your hair almost, just separating the hairs. As far as the anxiety goes, I have had very rare cases where the client themselves, they're just very anxious people and they have a hard time relaxing in new environments or with their eyes closed. In cases like that, it can be an issue, but it's not something that provokes anxiety in your typical client.
Okay, yeah.
It's most people think it's the best part of their day. They get away from their kids, away from their husband.
Nap
They
time,
come for a nap. Yeah, like I personally try to make it as enjoyable as possible. I put on really relaxing music. I have a little blanket for my client. You know, I do all the things I can to just make that, you know, your me time. Mm-hmm. The time where you just come to relax, you take care of yourself. And then you wake up with nice lashes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It should be fun, relaxing.
Exactly. A gossip session.
Yes.
I catch up on all the gossip.
Session.
I know everything.
That will actually ease the client's anxiety, probably.
Absolutely.
It's probably like a first-timer fear, I think.
I think it's a lot of times people are scared of what they don't know. It's a new experience and they're not sure what to expect. And for some people, that can make them anxious in itself. Also, you can't see the results until you're done. That's another thing. If you've never had lash extensions and you're worried about how they'll turn out, the fact that you have to wait until your set is finished to see how it's going, that's something that can make people a little uneasy. Yeah. But as long as you do a proper consultation and, you know, you let them know what to expect, they let you know what they're looking for, all of those things are very easily avoided.
Okay. And moving forward, so another myth or misconception that a lot of people have is that lash extensions look fake, they look tacky, they look trashy, they look unnatural. I think we know your opinion on that.
They can look fake, they can look unnatural. Even I do some of those sets. I have some clients who are like, I want a strip lash look when I wake up first thing in the morning. Like, I want to always look full face glam. And I love doing those sets. I think they're so fun. And you get to get really creative with them. But then on the other side, I also have women, you know, in their 60s and 70s who are like, I don't even want my husband to know I have them. And you do them, you do them so natural that it just looks like they have mascara on. It just gives them that extra little boost without having to do those steps in the morning. It gives them that little confidence boost. And I have clients, you would not even know it's extensions. You know that they look good, but you don't know why. You don't know what it is. There's, with all the different sizes and thicknesses and styles out there, it is really up to the artist to do whatever they want. They can have the most dramatic set or the most natural set. The possibilities are endless.
Yeah, that's a good point because, as you said, if it's done so naturally and like very professionally, you can't even tell. Yeah. You just think, oh, they're blessed with like really nice lashes, or they spent a lot of time with nice mascara.
Yeah, even as a lash artist myself, sometimes I catch myself staring at women. I'm like, are those extensions? Or is it just mascara? And then they catch me staring at them and I'm like, love your lashes, sorry.
Actually, yeah, like Kusum, one of our guests from the previous episode, she was wearing our DIY lashes. These are not extensions, but they looked so natural on her. I legitimately didn't know if she was born with those naturally, like those are her natural lashes, or if they were extensions.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's like, I think that's a timeless style, that natural beauty. I think that will never go out of style. Like the trends, they come and go, but I think that look will always be around.
So, yeah, but, as I was saying, so sometimes it's hard to see when people do it, like, very naturally.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the people who have the very dramatic lashes, that's very obvious. So I think they kind of make it seem like, oh, that's what lash extensions are. If I get lash extensions, it's going to look like that. And
because those are the ones you notice, absolutely.
Yeah, those are the ones you notice a lot. And is there any other myths that you think maybe we missed so far?
So far, just the big one that I hear that we already talked about is washing those lashes. Like, that is something that I deal with almost on a, I don't want to say a daily basis, but definitely a weekly basis. I have clients who, you know, sometimes they'll come in, and even though you tell them all about the aftercare, like you tell them when they leave their first appointment, you know, this is how you take care of them, this is how often to wash them. They come in and the lashes, you can tell that they haven't been washed, and you're like, oh, how are you washing your lashes? And they're like, yeah, I know you said to, but I'm really scared. And then you have to educate them again, because that is something that is so important. That's like, you know, going 2 weeks without washing your face. You wouldn't think to do that, or without brushing your teeth. You wouldn't think to do that. So I don't know why people are so nervous to wash their eyes.
They think they can outsmart
Yeah.
the system, outsmart science.
Wash your lashes.
And I just thought of one. A lot of people think that extensions are too expensive, they're not worth it, and it's just an unnecessary, I mean, it is a luxury, but a lot of people think, like, it's not worth it, it's too expensive, it's too time-consuming. It's just, I guess it's kind of related to the high maintenance thing, but more so in regards to money. What's your opinion on the price range of lashes? Do you think those expensive sets are worth it? What do you think? When people say, oh, it's too expensive, I could never spend $100 every 3 weeks on my lashes.
I think
I can just wear my mascara from Dollarama and
yeah, I think that's
it'll
very
look the
subjective
same.
to the person themselves. I know me personally, like, lashes above everything. I will pay for the lashes before I pay for my nails, before I pay for my hair, before anything else, because it's on your face. It's, you know, people see your face first, they see your eyes first. I think it's something that can really change your appearance.
That's true. I think it's worth it.
And
It
a
can
lot of
change
my
your eye
clients
shape,
will say
too.
the same. I know, you know, when they're trying to save some money or work out their budgets, lashes are not the thing to go. They are not at all.
Budget for lashes.
Yeah, I have clients coming up with crazy ways to save money while I'm sitting there doing their lashes, and I'm like, yeah, okay. You do that. You eat less. Just keep doing your lashes. There's definitely different options. You know, different sets are more affordable than others. If you're going for a crazy mega volume set, that is obviously a little pricier than a classic set. So if you're looking to have the service but save a little money, there are different options. Or even, like I mentioned before, the lash lift and tint. Because that does last for so long, it's also a more affordable option. So if clients are thinking they can't afford it, maybe they can't afford everything of it, but maybe there are certain sets that would work for their price point.
And I think also time is money, right? Like you said, even if you spend time, like your money on a lash set, you're not spending your time waking up in the morning,
Yeah, that's
curling, you know, putting mascara, checking the mirror, putting one more mascara. You're not buying mascara. Because
You're not having to take off the mascara.
Yeah, not having to take it off at night. That's true.
That is my like most hated thing. I don't mind to put the mascara on, but oh my god, to take it off. You're like looking like a raccoon with the big black circles.
And taking off waterproof mascara, even with oil, is just like a nightmare. I hate doing that. But I'm gonna have to do it today. But
I haven't had to wear mascara in over 7 years. I have not been without lash extensions.
Oh wow! Seriously.
Seriously,
For
I saw
7 years.
Maybe 6. Maybe I'm being dramatic.
Oh my god! Wow.
But I saw myself without lashes for a whole 30 minutes.
And
Because I did a removal in a full set.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
so
amazing. And how do you
definitely
feel
going back
about
to what we
your-
said before, they're not causing all your lashes to fall out. They're not causing so much damage. I've been maintaining them for years and years now. And yes, when I took them off, I felt like a bald little baby, but that's just because I was not used to seeing myself without them.
Right.
And they're definitely something that is maintainable long term.
Yeah, I recently started wearing mascara less. I don't have extensions, but I noticed that my lashes got healthier.
Yeah, absolutely. So
mascara actually damages your lashes.
so does the little curling one.
Yeah, I recently learned that too, and I'm like sad now because I love curling my lashes.
I had a client come in one time.
I thought that's healthy.
And it looked like her
healthier.
lashes had been cut, because normally your lashes, they come to a nice tapered end, and these lashes were blunt and literally looked like someone took a pair of scissors to them. Not all of them, but just random ones throughout her eyes. And I asked her, I'm like, you know, have a bad experience with lash extensions recently? Did you cut your lashes? Like, what happened here? And she's like, no, nothing. And I was trying to figure it out. And I'm like, okay, what's your daily routine? And she told me I curl the lashes, I apply mascara, and then I curl them again after, which is even worse. Curling your lashes with the mascara on is so much worse.
You get that right angle.
You get the angle and it stays, but at what cost?
Just your image.
Yeah, just your natural lashes. It's okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, even things that we don't think are damaging, they really can be long term. And especially like you said, the waterproof mascara that's so hard to take off. Think if you're rubbing those lashes so hard to take off your mascara, of course some of them are coming out before they're supposed to. Like, of course you're pulling on them.
Mm-hmm. So another thing I just thought of as well is that in terms of the worth or value of extensions, I think you also have to consider your own self-care and, prioritize yourself sometimes. And maybe that does take some sacrifice.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, treat yourself. YOLO. Like, we live by that over here. But yeah,
I always find an excuse to treat myself.
Mm-hmm. Like maybe if you're on a budget and maybe you can avoid cutting your hair often and instead, allocate those funds to like mascara. I mean, sorry, not mascara, extensions.
What are you promoting here? We just said that was damaging. Don't do it.
But yeah, extensions, sorry. And like if you kind of work your budget around, you can figure out, okay, like what would actually benefit me more? What do I actually need more? Because as you said, extensions, it's on your face, it's on your eyes. When people are talking to you, you're, not to say that you're doing it for other people, but you know what I mean? Like,
when you look good, you feel good.
Yes, when you look good, you feel
totally
good.
Believe
and
that.
When you're talking to someone, they're looking at your face, they're looking into your eyes. This can, change the shape of your eyes, make your eyes look prettier, so why not?
Or I've even had clients say it's like the cheapest facelift. Because let's say you have hooded eyes and you have like a bit of that saggy skin on the eyelids. You put on some lashes, it totally helps to cover that up. It helps to open your eyes. It helps to make you look fresher, more awake. So it is really a confidence booster. And I say to a lot of my clients, my first time clients who have never had lashes before, I'm like, it is the thing that you never knew you needed until you had it. And a lot of them are like, oh, I'm just going to come and get them for this one event. And I'm like, okay, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Like, you definitely get so addicted to them. And once you see yourself with them and you see how it really opens up your eyes and brightens your face, makes you look more awake, you don't want to be without them. So maybe, I don't know, let's say you get your hair done every month. Maybe get your hair done every other month. And then you can do hair and lashes.
Mm-hmm. That's true. And I think extensions do make you look younger because you kind of associate that kind of long lashes, long healthy looking lashes and like open round eyes with like a little kid or something. Not to say you'll look like a little kid, but you'll look like younger, right? Our brains will associate that.
Lashes are the fountain of youth.
Yes, absolutely. And Trinity, any other like tips that you have, not or myths that you want to debunk before we wrap it up? Because I think we've covered a lot.
Okay, a myth that I will bring into question here is if your lashes are falling off faster than they're supposed to, like you are having retention issues, it's not your natural shedding, that it is always your lash artist's fault. Whenever something goes wrong, my clients are like, did you change your glue? And that is not true. It is just as much their responsibility to take care of them as it is ours. So if we have done everything properly, but then, the client goes home and they don't take care of their lashes how they're supposed to, that will also cause them to fall off. So if you are out there and your lashes are falling off sooner than you're expected, don't just think, oh, maybe they weren't applied properly, or maybe my lash artist changed her glue, things like that. You have to really go over those aftercare steps that she told you and make sure you're following them. Because if you're not following those steps, it doesn't matter if she does everything right, it will still affect your retention. Yeah.
That's a good point too. Are there any other maybe like controversial lash myths that you have that you can think of based on your experience, like what everybody thinks? Maybe it can be just related to like
people tell
artists.
me I was doing lashes one time and she was like, oh, I don't feel it, like you're not putting them on hard enough. And I was like, well, what do you mean? You're not supposed to feel it. I think it's a misconception that clients think if it's stuck to the skin, it will last longer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or if you use more glue, it will last longer. I hear that one a lot too. Like, oh, just put a lot of glue. I need them to last really long.
Oh, wow.
It does not work like that. There is a certain amount of glue that you are supposed to use to achieve the best results and make them last, and just using more glue, it will not, it might make them last longer, but it'll also make them all be stuck together. And that's why they'll last longer, because they're not shedding naturally. And then when they do all fall off at once because they're all stuck together, you'll have no natural lashes.
Yikes.
Yes.
That is not what we want.
Just using more glue is not the solution.
And is there any like myths surrounding glue? Because glue is like everything, right, for a lash artist?
There's no myths about the glue that I know. The glue is pretty straightforward. You know, that it has its humidity. It's very temperamental, the glue. She's a difficult lady. But it has its humidity, its temperature, and as long as you follow all of that, you're using the right amount of glue. Oh, and the dry time. That's another thing. So glues have different drying times. If you're using a glue that dries, you know, in maybe half a second, but it's taking you 2 seconds to place that extension on the natural lash, then the glue is already too dry before it's been placed, so it's not going to last as long. So as long as you're following all the directions on your glue and picking one that's suited to your skill level and your speed, it's all pretty straightforward.
Okay. Thank you so much, Trinity.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming again. And if you want to follow Trinity or see what she has to offer, the links will be listed below. And Trinity also is one of our trainers, as I mentioned. So if you're interested in upping your skills, your knowledge, learning a new, lash technique, definitely check out our social media, because Trinity is all over our social media, and she does training as well. So thank you so much, Trinity.
Thank you for having me.
Had so much fun today. And don't forget, we have the best lash supplies at LLBAprofessional.com. So until next time.
Bye.
Bye.